Welcome back to Power Rangers Playback. Gosh, it has been so much fun.
Yes.
So we have a new format for you guys. We're going to try something a little bit different.
We are going to bring in some of your favorite Power Rangers to answer questions about their favorite episode or something that you might not know about them.
And then we're going to review the episode, but we're just going to point out certain things that we like, things that are interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all ready?
Let's go.
Hey guys!
Welcome back to
Power Rangers Playback. So we're taking it way back to the beginning again.
Yes, we're going back to Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Yes, and we have a special guest for you.
Yes, we do, and he has chosen a favorite episode of his. So take it away,
Walter Jones!
Yo, what's up, guys? It's your boy Walter Emmanuel Jones, also known as Zack, the original Black Ranger. Hey, what's up, guys? Yo, so I'm excited about this episode with Catherine and the kid. These guys are awesome. And today we're going to talk about one of my favorite episodes, Itsy Bitsy Spider, Season 1, Episode 23. Let's go.
All right, so Itsy Bitsy Spider. Sounds like there's going to be some bugs involved.
Yes, maybe a spider?
Perhaps. Look at them.
Such a great cast. We really get great casting as well.
Yes, great chemistry between all of them. Walter, how was it working with Twee?
You know what? Working with Twee was a pleasure because she was like just a sweet person. And I never had issues with her. I never had an argument, never had any problem with her, ever. She was just a sweet person, and she had a great sense of humor, beautiful laugh, and she had beautiful hair. Oh my God, I loved her hair so much. I would just go play with her hair all the time. I was playing with it. And hair and makeup would be like, hey, don't touch your hair. And I'd be like, okay, I'm sorry. I'd keep playing with it. And she loved it. It was awesome. And she was a good friend to me. I loved her a lot, and I miss her dearly.
I wish that we had an opportunity to meet Twee. We've heard so many fabulous things. The fact that you could not get out of her hair, though,
Creepy, perhaps?
but she enjoyed it. So I get it, because my husband loves when I play with his hair as well. I mean, not that y'all two were married or anything, but I think that's a really interesting.
Yeah, you guys seem to have a really special bond, and it's just sad that she's not here to share all of this with you guys. You know?
Yeah, with all of us though,
Yeah.
because the Ranger family has become so big, and the conventions has brought us together where we've all been able to meet each other. Yeah. We'll meet her in heaven.
We will. She was a smarty pants too. Her and Billy.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I wonder if they chose their outfits or if that was chosen for them, Bulk and Skull. Because it's just funny. Their outfits are funny. The beret and the...
Maybe after being on the show for a little bit, they were able to give a little bit of input that kind of encouraged their character a little bit more.
Right. Uh-oh. Oh. So, Walter, did you actually have a live tarantula on your shoulder, or was that a fake one?
All right, so in the episode, I had this tarantula on my shoulder. And yes, it was a fake tarantula. At first. At first. But then the prop guy, Mark Props, we call him Mark Props, he comes in and he goes, all right, so listen, we're going to put a live tarantula on your shoulder. Don't worry, he's been fed. We gave him some crickets. He's eaten. And don't worry, because if he's going to bite you, if he's going to attack you, he'll go up on his rear legs like this. And I'm like, okay, all right, let's do this. I'm an actor. We got this. Fake, it's a real tarantula. I've never even seen a tarantula. I don't know. I'm from Detroit. We don't have tarantulas in Detroit. So I'm like, okay, here we go. So they put the tarantula on my shoulder. We're doing the scene. I'm cool. I'm handling my business. I'm doing my thing. I'm supposed to be scared anyway, right? So I'm acting scared. And then the director goes, all right, now, I want you to look at the spider. I want you to look at the tarantula, and I want you to scream. And I'm like, okay. So I look on my shoulder, and the tarantula's right here. He's in my face, and I'm like, ah, and the air from my mouth goes on the tarantula. The tarantula goes, and I'm like, ah! It was so scary. I thought I was about to get bit in the face by a tarantula. But luckily, the Mark props came in, swept him off, and I survived. I didn't get bitten, so I was excited about that. In fact, I ended up taking the spider home. At the end of the day, the Mark prop said, hey, listen, so we got this tarantula, you know, and we're not going to do anything with it. Do you want to keep it? And I'm like, yeah, I'll take it home. We had a fish tank in my house, and we put it in the fish tank. He lived about 2 years, you know, fed him crickets regularly, named him Homie, because Homie don't play that. It's cool.
Oh.
He brought him home as a pet. Okay.
Little homie. Little homie. I love the name. That's brilliant. I think I might have met that tarantula because he lived with Danny. Oh, no,
No, because he said it only lasts like 2 years.
Okay, so that was before I came into the scene. Little homie.
Little homie.
I might have to call my next pet homie.
I love that. I love that. Amy is so little.
Tiny. Literally up to
Wow.
under my arm. Like, they had to put boxes because it looked ridiculous when we were working with each other. It was like this. No, she's so petite.
So she would sit on apple boxes?
Apple boxes. Or they'd have me, if we're in the park, I'd be walking on the lower slope. So well, the whole cast was little.
Yeah.
I mean, petite. I shouldn't say little. They were petite. Jason and I are the same height, but everybody else was shorter. So.
Is Austin shorter than you two?
Austin, but when he was on Zia, he's about my height. He might be a little bit shorter than me.
I'm trying to think, yeah.
He might be a little bit shorter.
Yeah.
So Walter, can you tell us a little bit about your audition process for Power Rangers?
My audition, the audition was kind of crazy because I had to go in and I did my sides, and I was confident about my acting because I had gone to the School of Performing Arts and got my Bachelor of Fine Arts in acting. And so I was pretty confident about my acting. But the martial arts I hadn't done in a while, and then having to combine everything. Like my audition process, I went into the room, I did my scene, they said that was great. Then they said, okay, can you do martial arts? Can you show something? So I did some punches and kicks, did my thing, right? Then they said, that was great. Now, can you dance a little bit and you can do some hip hop? So I did my hip hop. I was like, hey, I was doing my thing, you know, hey. And then they said, can you do a flip? I did a back flip. I said, now, put it all together. Oh, okay. Right now? Okay, right. When all of it. Okay. So I in the spur of the moment, I came up with thinking about how to do it, and I thought about breakdancers. And I was like, okay, so I'm gonna throw some punches. I did a swipe, went to the ground, came back up, did some punches and kicks, did a back flip, landed, bowed out, and they were like, that was great. Can you come back again in like a couple of days? So after about a week and a half of putting this all together in different groups, I think that at the end, by the time we got to the producers, then maybe a week later, they had 3 casts. They had a short cast, a tall cast, and kind of a character-y cast. And what we all did is we all went out for lunch together, and we sat down and we talked about our characters, and talked about our friendship, and talked about, what we thought about this whole thing as far as, in the script. And I think it really built chemistry with our characters. So that was very cool. And, at the end of the day, we booked the show.
Wow, I don't think I knew that story.
No, I didn't either. But that is so important.
The chemistry.
The chemistry.
Mm-hmm.
I love that you guys took the time to go to lunch together to really get to know each other. I think that because that's what producers look for. They look for chemistry. I know for Heart of Dixie, when I auditioned, I originally went in there as an individual, and then they paired me up with Nicole. And we worked on that in the lobby, because I was like, we need to get this together. We need to look like we're sisters.
Right.
And what was so great about it was Nicole told me, because she had a friend that went in after us, that her friend had gone in and they weren't even really paying attention. We were the first people to go in, and we had little hand gestures that we did together, And I think they were sold on us from that.
I think that's important in auditions, is that you're a team. Like, I think oftentimes people try to outshine each other instead of being a cohesive unit.
So true.
And that's what it sounds like these guys did. Like, it's and it really did show in that first cast. They did have amazing chemistry.
Yeah. That's awesome. Really.
Oh, so where do we think that's filmed, Kia? Griffith?
This looks like Griffith Park.
Griffith Park.
Yes.
So Griffith Park was where we had Bronson Caves. We filmed there a lot. Yes, a lot. Like the whole scene. Remember the whole scene before Turbo? Before we go into the cave, that was Bronson Caves.
Yeah.
Obviously the cave. They used a lot of the cave for the movie. Yeah, it's cool.
And a fun fact for you guys is that in order to film, you can't just decide, okay, I'm going to film over here today, I'm going to film on this location. You have to actually get permits to film in certain locations. So they obviously had some kind of permit, long-going permit for CASTAIC Lakes, Bronson Caves, and then we also filmed in really hot location.
VASQUEZ Rocks.
VASQUEZ Rocks, yes.
That was where it kind of looked space-like, like jagged rocks and everything. Very cool location to shoot in. We shot our
Shadow Rangers?
No, the one where we got shrunk. Honey, I Shrunk the Rangers. We did that one there. Yeah.
We did.
Look at this. This one was fun. They got to do a lot more fighting than we did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't fight until we got to Turbo.
Turbo. Yeah. Yeah. What was that all about?
Oh,
Walter!
Walter with hip hop.
Look at that.
Look
Little
at
MC Hammer style pants. Look at that.
very smooth on the dance floor.
Oh yeah. Woo! Makes it look so easy.
Yes.
Woo! Oh yeah. Little side split.
Side split. And the
Yeah, I like that.
roll into the fight stance.
If he tried to fight me like that, I'd be like, oh no, let's get it.
What? Question, Walter. Did you have a choreographer or did you do all of your own choreography?
No, I didn't have a choreographer on the show. No, nobody choreographs my fights and nobody choreographs my dancing. It was me. So, I mean, I would go take dance classes. Don't get me wrong. When I could find time, when I had time, I would go take dance classes because I liked taking dance classes. So I got motivation from different teachers. But and I had a lot of friends that were dancers. So I did have people I would go to and go, yo, I'm doing this on the show. What do you think? And some of my friends were like, nah, I don't know. You could do something different, you know, or oh yeah, that move is dope. So I would have to choreograph it, put it together myself, and come up with whatever it was going to be on the show. I had to decide how I was gonna fight and why I would fight while I was dancing. But I liked what I did because it ended up being a thing that was fluid. It was like showing off as well as being evasive. So you throw a punch, I had to move out of the way. I had to do it with a slickness. It gave Zack that smooth, you know? I was like, Zack was kind of smooth. Love that, yeah. So no choreographer, it was just me.
You are quite the talented one.
He really is, though.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we already know that because
Yeah.
we've been out dancing with Walter.
He's a triple threat.
Yes.
He can sing, dance, and act.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I think that's pretty extraordinary. That's really great.
It's cool to have seen him create this whole style, combining his dance and his martial arts abilities and creating the hip hop keto. I mean, that's become a thing people talk about in the Ranger world. It's really fun.
Yeah, agreed. Great job.
All right, little fella. Let's see what you got.
Little
with your
fella.
He's got like a little mullet going on there.
He was like,
Okay.
you're moving too fast for me,
Yeah.
Walter.
Come on, you can do
Zack.
this. Oh yeah, you got it.
Kinda.
Needs a little more swag with his kick. Walter, did you like working with the kids? Was that fun for you?
Yeah, it was interesting working with the kids because, you know, the martial arts, I had to put together a kata. So I did a kata. a kata is what you use in martial arts to display your techniques, your forms. And so I had to do a kata using hip hop keto, so I had to add some dancing to it, and I was teaching to the kids. So I had to do something that they could do as well, but was also kind of flashy and fun. I remember I did this triple kick. It was like left, right kick, you know, and the kids did pretty good. At first, they were having a hard time, but I broke it down for them. I showed them how to do the feet, and before you know it, they were knocking it out, which is pretty dope. I was like, all right, I'm kind of impressed with my hip hop keto, you know, skills, teaching the kids how to get their hip hop keto on. You know, it was a lot of fun. And the kata I did was pretty cool. I mean, it was one of the highlights, I think, of Zack's, what Zack could do, and it ended up being that one move ended up being like my opening credits. So that was pretty cool.
Oh yeah, that opening scene was from that episode.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yes,
that's right.
when he does that little body roll thing. Yeah.
That's an interesting fun fact that I didn't know. I've had an opportunity to work with kids, not just on Power Rangers when we had Blake, but also, you know, with Danger Force and Sydney to the Max, and it's always it's interesting. It's really interesting to see their excitement. I've been around some really, really talented kids that just are so professional and so like adult-like. It's incredible.
Yeah. Oh, he's like, yeah, I'm in charge.
I was thinking the same thing. He was like, oh, I'm in charge.
Oh, there's the sleeping dust.
Sleeping butterflies.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh.
He was like, I'm gonna be the last to fall asleep.
They were
like, fall asleep, fall asleep.
Your lead is over, young man. That was brief. Oh no.
Walter, what was your favorite thing about playing Zack?
You know, my favorite part about playing Zack was the fact that, you know, at that time in 1993, there weren't a lot of characters, you know, portraying that image for African Americans. I was the first African American superhero on live action TV. And not only was I on TV, but I was on TV every day portraying that role, being a superhero, being a role model. And coming from Detroit, which was a predominantly black city, I was very proud. I'm very proud of that, to represent that for people that I knew and the people that I don't know. And even now, when I meet people and they tell me, you know, I am who I am because of you. You motivated me to be the best that I could be, the best person I could be. I think that's amazing. It makes me happy. It's humbling.
I love that. I really, really love that, Walter, because true representation is what's needed on television, I think, for everybody.
Yeah.
You know, every kid, every person, because even adults sometimes often need that. They need to see someone on television that represents them so that they know that they can accomplish their dreams regardless.
Yes, and just the importance of having someone that you relate to. And that was what the amazing thing about Power Rangers was. I think there was someone that everybody could connect to. And it's a huge honor to be able to be the first African-American live-action superhero. That's very cool.
Yeah, and representing Detroit. I
yes, Detroit.
I represent Stockton. There is a lot of talking to oneself.
There is.
Is that something that Catherine does?
Well, I've been known to have a conversation with myself. How about you?
I have done that quite often. Actually, I do it all the time.
Do you get an answer?
I do. Sometimes it's in a different voice.
Oh.
I'm like, Nakia, what are you doing? Why don't you stop? I'm like, girl, you better stop it.
Is that like your dad? Your dad's in a voice coming out.
Nakia, my man, alter ego.
We might need to take you to a doctor about that.
What you talking about, Kat?
No, I do talk to myself more often than I care to admit, but you know, sometimes it's like you're working through things.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I talk a lot to God that way, though.
That's a lot of monochromatic color going on there too in those outfits.
I have to say that last Morphin time seemed kind of like
they're like, ugh.
Because Austin went, okay, it's Morphin time, and everybody else was just kind of standing there.
Can we get on with it? How many times do we have to do this?
Their expressions, it was funny.
So see, they had separate Zords. See that? They each have their own animal. And unlike us, that was like a leg or an arm
or a torso
or a jaw
or a nose or one tooth.
They're all, yeah. Oh, they're all their animals click together to make their Zord.
Okay.
So it's kind of cool. You can see why kids would have loved this. I mean, how fun.
Yeah.
Coming out of volcanoes.
I like the overall, just like Transformers. Do they create one? Can they create one?
No,
Put all
but
the
they just transform.
They just transform.
You're thinking of Voltron. Remember Voltron?
Oh, I love Voltron.
Yeah.
They used to form
Yeah.
one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What I do like about this is that it shows unity. It shows that there's strength in more than one.
Yes. Yeah, I like that thing too. Every part matters. Like they all need to work together to fight the monsters and the evil of this world.
Mm-hmm. 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 They got to fight.
So, well, did you guys do your own stunts?
I know in the show we did a lot of fighting, and that was one of my favorite parts actually. I mean, it was like challenge, and I was hungry for knowledge. I was hungry to learn more. So we had a bunch of stunt guys that we worked with. You know, they didn't do our stunts, but we worked with them, and they would always inspire me. They would teach me new kicks or new punches or teach me how to do new flips off the trampoline and stuff like that. So that was a lot of fun, like working with the stunt guys and being inspired by them and just like, you know, seeing myself get better, seeing my timing get better on different things and my abilities. I mean, I remember there was one stunt guy named Ian. He said, Walter, I want to show you this kick. It's a tornado kick, right? So what you do is you start like this, and you jump off the foot you step forward with, and then you go up in the air and you kick with the same foot and land on that foot. And I was like, what? He was like, yeah. I was like, he showed me. I was like, that's pretty dope. I was like, how did you do it? He showed me again, and I did it. And he was like, I hate you. I've been working on that kick for a year. And you just did it? I'm like, yeah, you know. Being a dancer, I guess I had some advantages because I could look at a move and break it down and understand, you know, the complexities of it and understand how to do the technique. So that was cool. But I was excited about working on the stunt guys. They were amazing. They made us look really good.
That's interesting. Mm-hmm. So we didn't even have the opportunity to do our own stunts in Zio.
No. Because kids were hitting each other too much. So it was a lot of PSAs of like, don't hit kids, only aliens.
Hopefully there are no aliens here too.
Yeah. Ooh, what is that?
That looks like whipped cream.
Vomit?
Dirty whipped cream.
Is he hucking a loogie?
Oh wait, it's coming from the spider. So
yeah.
What does the spider spew besides webs?
Nothing. This spider does though. Ooh, look.
And it even growls.
That's an added element of fear.
They're like, disengage! Disengage! So how did Walter make it to the other friends? Because he was teleported. Okay, then.
He teleported. Come on, you know.
Through the Morphin
You know, yes. You know how it works.
Yep, sure. Because they were in two different locations.
Yes, but that used to happen with us too.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Tanya and power of the morph.
Yes. When you're called by Zordon, you go. You go. You don't have a choice.
Right. He over there fighting himself.
He's just having a party.
Rangers talking to themselves.
Why is he hiding in the bushes?
He needed some space.
He doesn't want people to see him.
Sure. Did you say I read you, Zordon?
I read you, Zordon.
How do you read? Did these
Copy
have
that.
words on here?
Copy that.
Did these have words on here that he was reading?
He's reading his energy. Oh, here it comes. This is the Dragon Zord.
The Dragon Zord.
Ooh, comes out of the water. I mean, that's pretty cool.
Yes. I love how he plays the flute.
Yeah.
To awaken the dragon.
Yeah. Puff the magic.
It does A marijuana symbol on the dragon.
Kids, do not do drugs. Is that subliminal?
His flute is like, oh no, guys, just one more. Wait. Oh no, I'm coming. He's like, wait, oh no.
Look, there's the smoke.
Oh my goodness.
That is funny.
We're just kidding, guys. Hey, Walter, can you tell our fans a fun fact about this episode or anything else?
You know, a fun fact about this episode is there's a portion where I'm running from the moths. Butterflies. They look like moths to me because they're all white, but they're butterflies, right? And which is interesting because there were butterflies, but then the episode was about a spider. Don't spiders eat butterflies? But they were friends in this episode. I don't know. Confusing to me, but I remember one time I'm running for the butterflies. I'm running in the park, and you can see them. They're chasing me. And all it is there's a prop guy with a bunch of butterfly-like looking things tied to a clear plastic string on a board with like 6 strings, and he's doing this in front of the camera, making it look like they're flying. And that wasn't very scary at all, but I had to act like it. I acted like I was scared.
Movie magic.
Complete movie magic. I remember some of the, what are some of the things? So in one of the, what was it? Honey, I Shrunk the Kids?
Yes.
Honey, I Shrunk the Rangers.
Yes.
You know, we appear to be pretty small. And what they did is they actually, no, they had an oversized apple. Do you remember that oversized? There was a huge, there was a huge apple that was really, really big. And then they tilted the camera, and we were really, really far away to make us look smaller.
Mm-hmm.
And then that apple was right here, so it made it look really huge. But yes,
I remember sitting on the only thing from that episode that I remember is being really hot in VASQUEZ Rocks when we had to be, Jason and I had to be catching bugs for our school project, and then he and I were sitting on a table when we were shrunk and you guys were big, and we had the green screen behind us.
Yeah, that's so cute.
Anyway, it's crazy what they have to do.
Magic faux show.
Yes. I can see why kids love the show. Like when I watch it from this perspective, I'm like, it has so much action, it's so fast, the music's exciting. Oh, she's got yellow shoes on as well.
Oh, I missed that before.
The wardrobe must have been going crazy. Like, oh my gosh, we've got to find yellow shoes, yellow socks, yellow tops.
It's a lot of yellow.
Yeah, it's a lot. And it's, you know, there's certain times when certain colors are not fashionable. So it would have been harder to find certain colors at certain times. 80s, she would have been fine finding yellow and hot pink.
Well, they didn't seem to have a problem finding it, though.
Yeah. Good wardrobe people. Uh-oh.
Another fun fact about wardrobe. So, not only do the wardrobe people, they have to go out on shopping sprees to look for, you know, certain clothes for the characters, but they also have, huge studios also have whole wardrobe just stored. And sometimes the wardrobe department from a certain show will go to like NBC, go to ABC, go to, and there'll be like floors and floors of clothes that they can go through to go shopping that have been bought throughout the years, period pieces, you know, 80s, 90s, whatever you're looking for. So it makes it a little bit easier.
Amazing. Yeah. Walter, give our viewers the question for today.
All right, so I have a question for the viewers. Here we go. A little trivia for you. All right, so Zack always wore a gold chain around his neck, and on that chain was a pendant that hung down. Do you know what that was? I wonder if you know. Not a lot of people do, so let me know.
Yeah, well, thank you guys for joining us on Power Rangers Playback.
And a special shout out to our Platinum, Gold, and Diamond members. Thank you to all of our members.
Yo, this is your boy Walter Jones. I had so much fun today. Nakia, Catherine, I love you guys. You're amazing. And thanks for having me on the show. All right? Peace and love. It's your boy. You know what time it is? It's Morphin time. It's Walter Jones. I'm out.
Don't forget to click and subscribe and tap that notification button.